Welcome to the first episode of GameClube. 4 friends and I decided playing video games was too lonely, so we meticulously designed an overly complicated video game equivalent of a book club. We get together and each put forward 2 games. We then vote for which games we like the look of the most, and have up to a month in which to finish it. We're not media personalities. Please excuse any oddities in the presentation of this video you may find herein. Maybe we'll get better. This is the first recording of our discussions on games. To have full enjoyment of this video, I recommend you play the game first to gain an understanding of what we're talking about, because believe me, going in blind you'll understand nothing from this video. Our first vote ended in a victory of the game Neon White. Let's listen to what they thought about it.
Down to the rating.
So it's the first inaugural meeting of the GameClube.
Oh my.
What did everyone think of Jamie's chosen for game Neon White?
Masterpiece.
It was neon shy.
It was fun. It was a fun game where you go fast. It's not really much else.
It's alright. Like, just don't beg it.
Don't beg it.
Don't what?
Don't beg it. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, we'll see you all next year for the second episode.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It's not very good, is it?
We've got a bit of a range here.
I mean, how are we going to do it? Do we want to go like person by person and each person talks about it and then we have a big discussion or something like that? So
I think we should go person by person.
Each person gets to say their piece uninterrupted, and then at the end we have a big fight.
I think I disagree with that.
Okay.
I think I disagree with uninterrupted.
Okay, you can. Yeah, all right. Interrupt me, James. Again, one more time.
Let's go.
No,
Let's go in the order we're on the spreadsheet. Noah, Adam,
Who's
James,
first?
me,
Okay.
Reese.
Oh my gosh, it's me. Whoa. Neon White. I really wanted to like it, but I think in my brain I forced myself to like it more than how much I liked it at the end. In the beginning, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is where it's at. I'm gonna be competing with everybody. I'm gonna be, racing all my mates, and it's gonna be amazing." And then I got to I think it was mission 4. I thought, "Fuck me, this is now getting to the point where I just want to finish the game because I want to do a different game." And then it brought it back. It was good again. Brought the rocket launcher, and then the rocket launcher levels started getting long, and the grappling hook distance was too long, and I was waiting for long again. And then it brought the Book of Life in. I was like, yeah, here we go. This is the game again, and then the game ended. So it was what I thought it would be, just wasn't what I wanted it to be. If that makes sense.
I just don't know how.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you want it to be?
I wanted it to be more competitive and more creative, but it was like you go through it once. Like each level, especially when you get further in and the levels got longer, it was like you do your first run, which is figure out the path. You do your second run, which is see what color medal you can get with that path. And then you do your third run, which is now I got to get a quicker path. And then the fourth run is now I have a platinum. And it's like, it was good when the levels were 18 seconds long. And then the levels started getting a bit long. And then the time it took for each level was too long for me to justify enjoying anymore.
Yeah.
Like Super Meat Boy, for example, the levels are pretty short except the boss ones. So it's like, I'm pretty happy dying over and over again to get a really optimal line. And the problem with this game is that you don't even die. I think I died like 3 times total.
It's kind of the same here though as Super Meat Boy though. Like the levels don't really go over a minute unless they're boss levels.
They
Yeah,
go
but
over
it's
a minute.
like
There are
they
some
definitely
ones
go
that
over a
near the
minute.
end.
I just
I
feel
don't think
like
they do.
They do. I just played it. They do.
Oh, okay.
That whole
don't know.
whole final mission is they're all over a minute.
I think the further I got into it, the more I felt by myself. It didn't feel, even though you had like all the other neons walking around or whatever, it just felt like I was walking through a level. Like the demons don't do anything at all. The boss fights were
so
the best
true.
bit because I had something to interact with. But the rest of it, I just felt lonely and like, get to the other end. All right then.
That's so true. I didn't realise that it did feel lonely. It felt like the whole world felt really sparse.
Yeah.
And like everything felt like an avatar.
I could see so far away, but it's like, it doesn't matter. The level's small and I'm by myself. none of the demons can reach me because they have the minuscule range. And it's like, okay, the only scary one was the one with the big head one that has a big laser beam. But then you shoot him and he's dead and he didn't really fight back. I don't know. It got predictable and boring pretty quickly.
I think the enemies are as much an obstacle as the platforming itself. I don't know if it's particularly fair to be like the enemies didn't do anything, because whilst I don't think I agree with the idea of you having to kill them all because it feels like it's very constraining, they are just because they don't move around doesn't mean that they aren't an obstacle to go through.
They do have some value, the enemies. They give you the different cards that you have to kill the big blue guys for the dash, the little yellow guys for the double jump, etc. There is some fundamental use to them.
It does.
I feel
give
like
me just like a bit of creativity.
I don't think you have a bit of room for it there. Like, for example, I found myself sometimes... I suppose maybe it's not customizability. I found myself... When you've got a blue dash, and you can dash through enemies and you kill them, one thing I found is that, I can dash through the enemy and kill them. But that means I have to be in a certain range, and then I have to dash through. But... if I shoot the enemy, then I can dash whenever I want. There is some play around the enemies, I think. But I do get what you mean by, like, I wish there were a bit more.
I think, okay, good example for me,
at some
the boss levels are good.
Mm-hmm.
And the boss levels are good because you have the boss, who's your main thing, and you've also got the demons, which are like, you have to go crystal to crystal or whatever, and he's guiding you to the enemies, but they're still shooting you, and he's still shooting you. So it's like, I need to focus on this guy, but I've also got other stuff to like occupy. It felt I was being like, I felt more of a target, if that makes sense. In the other ones, it just felt like the demons were just sitting there like chilling, and you just happen to come across them and kill them. But in the boss ones, it felt like you kind of purposeful.
It gives you a sort of, do I just focus the boss and risk getting shot by everything else, or do I take the time to kind of quickly clear out some enemies or to clear out all the enemies? It gives you some options there.
Right, and you can jump over some. You can
nice.
Just straight shoot them. It just felt like there was more options, and then it felt like, okay, brilliant. I've been hit a couple of times now. Now these life elixir thingies mean something, whereas in the normal levels they don't mean anything.
I do think it's interesting that you want the enemies to be doing more than what they're there for, because I would liken them to like a Goomba in a Mario level. Like, he's nothing. He just walks towards you. He's an obstacle to be overcome. He's not a grand threat. It's the placement just plays into the level design and the way you move through it.
But a Goomba, I don't have to kill. I just walk past him. He's annoying because he exists, and if I touch him, I'll get hurt. But I don't have to actually do anything with him. That's why the Book of Life levels were great, because I could actually just ignore them, and they're there. They're gonna shoot me or whatever, and I have to go through them. But I don't. It's not a necessity for me to interact with them, and they move. Goombas move. These demons don't move. They're stationary. Every enemy except the bosses are stationary.
Yeah, it's a platforming game where you have to find the best way to move through it. So if the enemies are always moving and are unpredictable, it's just an extra layer of complication. I think that the Book of Life thing in particular, it's not like this is how the game should have always been. It's a reward. It's an extra movement progression that just lets you become that much closer to like god powers.
Then why then, like, I understand that, but why then do I only get that for like one mission? Because in my mind, the Book of Life levels is what the entire game should. That should have been a feature all the game should have had. Not even just the Book of Life itself, but the fact that you don't have to kill all the demons anymore. The funnest part of the game was when I was doing those runs where I was like, okay, do I kill this guy or can I find a way through it? Can I pivot? The skips are what made
expansive map meant something.
The most fun. Exactly.
But
you've got this.
If you had it the entire game, it wouldn't mean anything. That would just be a sandbox.
So it could be like an alt or something.
I think it would be more fun as like a sandbox. It would be more. It might be more fun with sort of those different options to move around, or at least different like strategies you come up with. Of I could kill this enemy, or I could skip this enemy, kill this other enemy, etc. That idea of having more options in terms of speed running it is what I enjoyed. I think I used the term when we were talking about it before. The game is a lot about optimization, right? You do one route and you have to do it the fastest you can, like fastest movements, fastest button presses, most APM, etc. But in those later levels where you get rid of the demon requirement, customization is used to boost the optimization. It becomes less about, oh, I need to press this button the fastest, or, oh, I need to move my mouse the fastest to like zip in a certain direction. That's still there. But now you add factors such as, do I even need to move my mouse this way at all? Do I even need to shoot this enemy? I would have liked it if I had gotten at least a few more missions with that element, if you know what I mean.
I just think there's so many tools out there that are available that you could play as a sandbox. Like if you're looking for just that sandbox level design, go and do CS:GO knife sliding. Like that.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of what I wanted to say. Sorry, it seems like the argument you're having here is that the game isn't what you thought it was going to be. You're not. It doesn't feel like you're talking about what is there. You're talking about what you would rather it have been, which is it seems like you wanted to play a Doom when this is a game that makes you believe you're a speedrunner.
Maybe
You guys have you've just stolen my whole review. It's really annoying. I was literally going to say, like, I think I actually wanted to just play Doom. Like, I was waiting. So my review is, I felt like I was playing the demo the whole time because I was waiting for a level where there are 3 paths and you choose how you go through it, and waiting for a level where the demons get up and they're like chasing me and I actually fight them. Because I got given guns and they were called demons, and I was waiting to shoot my guns at demons, and instead I was playing a card that gave me a dash to dodge a sentry turret. And so I felt like I just wasn't playing the game I was waiting to play the entire time. And I think it's fine if you like the game that it was, but I think the game that it actually wasn't particularly a good version of it, because I felt like it was all about precision, and actually the way it was made wasn't very precise. But why I really didn't like it was because I just had a completely different expectation, and yeah, I didn't know why I had guns, but like I don't think I really shot anything, like apart from the boss's crystals, and I don't know why I had cards, other than just to be a representation of the abilities. And I don't really know why they were demons.
When you say...
Does not help that I skipped the entire story either.
So let me just explain something before we continue here. I think it might be important. Jamie and I are the only 2 people here who have actually experienced this game's story and narrative. That's sort of going to tailor the discussion a fair bit, I think. Because only Jamie and I are going to have like that full experience of, oh, this is why we're doing this.
I want to hear Jamie's retort to what I said.
Okay. I wanted to say that the reason that they're cards is because they are finite resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it's doing.
I think the cards, that makes sense. I think the cards about the only thing that felt native to the game I was playing. I just felt like nothing was... why am I got a katana? I didn't use it.
Well, the katana's a failsafe in case you've got no cards. You can also...
I understand, but if you never have any cards, you just fail the level.
You can reflect bullets with it as well.
No, you do need to use the katana sometimes. I found myself using the katana at times.
Yeah, I used it.
If I used the katana, I restarted
level. There's one level that
it.
forces you to use it, so that's not true. There's one level that forces you.
Yeah, I feel like...
I'm just saying, bro.
It's weirdly tense about the neon white all of a sudden.
my biggest thing about what you said, Reese, is that it's imprecise. Which, like, it's all... Did all of you play it on mouse and keyboard?
Yeah.
No, I played it on controller.
I did.
Okay, I hadn't played it on controller, but you those of you that did chose mouse and keyboard for the precision.
Yep, I did. I thought it was precise. I'm not entirely sure what.
So that's what I'm saying. I played it on controller intentionally because, like, just looking at the game, I felt myself it would feel good that way, and one of the reasons I enjoyed it so much is it feels like it's actually got a very low skill ceiling and very low barrier to entry. It feels very easy to control and very, like, you can easily get enough precision for what you need to do.
I remember.
I don't know
what
I mean by precision.
Well, so what you've just said there is it's not very precise.
That's what I felt like. There were no jumps. that I actually needed to, like, if there was a jump that had the blue card, right, where you do the dash, at no point did I have to do the full length of my jump and then the dash to just get to the end of the jump. I just felt like I kept doing this thing where I was like jumping too far onto every single platform.
Oh my God,
and it felt like and then I would like float down really slowly, which I really didn't like, and it felt like that the values, let's say, of like how long a dash is were not made for the game I was even playing. I kept landing on fucking ledges that weren't supposed to be platforms and things like that.
That is a problem. There is like. Okay, I think my issue with the game, and this is I'm going to veer into aesthetics a bit more, even though we're on gameplay still, I suppose. But is that it feels it all comes from the Unity asset store is what it feels like. The buildings and things. The reason it feels so sparse is that there's no. It doesn't feel like a cohesive aesthetic, and that comes into the platforms as well, which you land on things where you feel like shouldn't be platforms because they're just part of the background, because they didn't model them for the game.
That's how it felt. That's why it feels imprecise to me, and that's why I don't know. I just felt like it felt imprecise in everything. In that, like, what I was saying about like the aesthetic itself felt like it was promising me a game where I would fight anything at any point, and it was just like the boss was the only time. And I don't know. I just felt like I don't know why I had a gun. That really pissed me off, to be honest. I don't know why I had a gun. I was not using it.
Well, there's
Just playing to that precision aspect. Oh no, go on, Jeremy. Sorry.
There's the fact you keep mentioning you don't know why you had a gun as well. There are multiple levels where you can move faster through it with the gun to sequence break. What the stuff that would get you a gold medal without using the gun at all is not enough.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like I was given was like a gun and then enemies to shoot, right? And then I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a level of Doom, but it has parkour. And what I actually got was a straight line where it's almost like a rhythm game or like a memory game, and I had to just remember the perfect sequence. And most of my choices that I felt like I was presented with weren't real. It was just what they wanted me to do. And the only time that there were any choices, it was actually like skips that weren't even obvious. Do you know what I mean? So like I feel like it just
feels
set
like
a
a big
wrong expectation
when it comes to gameplay. We all have is disappointment.
Mate,
Seems a lot of us are kind of disappointed.
I think I'm not disappointed. I'm not
disappointed. I wasn't expecting very much.
I think it got to a point where I accepted that I went into it with a fairly high expectation because I sort of had an idea of what it was without actually properly sort of investing my time into seeing what it was about. So I had an expectation. I went into it, wrote it, got a little bit disappointed, and then accepted the fact that it was what it was. I actually had no issue with the card system. I thought it was actually fairly good, precision wise, with actually looking, mouse and keyboard, brilliant. It's pretty precise in that aspect, a little Osu-ish, but I do agree with the impreciseness of things like the jumping, and that was especially apparent when we were on those the sort of flower jump pad things with like one green pad.
Yeah.
I would constantly find myself overshooting those, and then it looks like I'm at the end of the green bit of the pad, but I just go over the edge and die, and it's like I should be on there, but because I'm falling so quickly, I can't get on there. Why can't I have a fast fall mechanic? I know they have one in the green gun, obviously, but you know how in Smash Bros you can choose to fall at a certain speed, or you can fast fall, and it changes up the way
I felt like
you play and the way other people have to respond to you. It's that sort of. I wish there was a little bit of customization in that aspect.
Yeah, I was waiting to choose choose a deck or choose a hand before I go into a level. I thought that would have instantly made the game way more interesting to me. Like that's what the cards felt like they were promising me.
I think there is sort of like a mechanic in that, but it's only in the hell.
There's a gift one.
The rush mode, because you can use a card that can give you any other card. It's sort of like that, but I do.
Right.
I suppose it would have been nice to see that, but I do admit it would probably need to change the game a fair bit, because it feels very, you are meant to use a lot of this stuff in a certain order, and if we put a random card in, it is going to break the game if you're just playing through the singular level. Because like with those rush modes, you've got to play through like 10 or so levels at a time.
90.
But I thought the point is to break the game. Like at the end. I don't know. I feel like I just felt like I didn't have a single choice. I didn't have a single choice.
I really feel like, genuinely, like if I put Super Smash, like New Soup Mario Brothers in front of you, and had you play out a level, and then you get later on in it and find like the fuck off Mega Mushroom or whatever, you say, why don't I have this all the time? Why can't I pick this for the start of the level? Like, why? I
don't think I should have.
That's true.
These abilities are not.
I don't think that.
The abilities are not always available to you, because the levels are crafted in such a way with such like power-ups in mind. If the Book of Life was available to you the entire game, there would be no game. Or like if
no, I agree. I don't think I want the Super Mushroom the whole time. I don't want the Book of Life the whole time. I would like the option to unlock the cards and then use like just choose what two I start with or something like that. Like, I just felt like I wanted more choice. And I do agree that, like, yeah, if you sat me down in front of Mario, I probably would have the same complaints. I don't really like those games that much. Like, I actually think you're probably right.
Well, yeah.
But I don't really like Mario.
I suppose that is the crux of it then, isn't it? Is that this is a platform and not
this.
And everyone here was apparently shocked.
They gave me a gun, though.
Just the way platforms are designed, and because of the fact it's particularly focused on speed, the levels need to be far tighter and far more tightly designed to be able to be any kind of challenge.
Why was I able to take my finger off the W key?
What?
Yeah,
because
there
did not feel like
in the speed.
A speed.
Well,
I did not feel fast. For a speedrunning game, I didn't feel fast. For a speedrunning game, I couldn't break the game. I couldn't sequence break as much as I wanted to. Like, if I'm speedrunning something, I want to be able to crush the level.
I think this is it.
Like, there were moments during
the game doesn't feel confident in its own design.
I'm dashing along.
I agree with James.
And then there's always that awkward moment where I've run out of a card and I've got to like bunny hop my way to the next one. And it kind of just makes those moments feel a bit worse.
If you're doing that, I think then you just need to reset the level, because it is designed well in that you get from card to card in a well-mannered like way, and they're spaced out well.
I think I've done the level as well. I've gotten an ace on every level. I still felt there were moments during the levels where I, like, even for just a moment, just had to bunny hop between the cards like the game wants me to. And because of sort of how quickly I was going maybe before that sudden shift to a sort of meandering b-hop feels a bit worse. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something I sort of noticed and kind of felt maybe like a sprint key would have been nice, just for those little.
Is that not just level variance?
To be honest, I didn't feel this at any point in the game. I had no times where I was like left stranded. Unless I personally had fucked up and needed to reset the level.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yes, I'm not saying I got stranded. I'm saying I felt like there were points, even when I played the game properly, that for a slight moment I would need to do that.
The only moments for me that were like that was when I was falling, and I was going too quickly horizontally, too slowly vertically, so I had to let go of the W key to then fall in the right spot to then keep going with momentum. But it's not a problem.
That's
it's
how
fine.
platformers work.
What?
It's how every platform worked. Like, it felt like the game.
No. That's how platformers work. Is like,
yeah, I know, and I'm saying that like
land on the platforms.
I know, but every platform was like that.
No,
like it really felt to me that like I was not.
I don't know
if it was every platform.
Like
you're not
wasn't stretched.
If it's every platform, you're not moving fast enough through the game. Which, like, you didn't go
overshooting. I felt like
you didn't go for the top medals, did you?
No, I didn't.
If you were going for those, the pacing of the levels would match the landing times better. It definitely wasn't perfect. I do actually agree that.
Well, there were times where like you have to like.
I agree that it could maybe do with a fast fall button, but at the same time, I think that then detracts from the simplicity of it. Of you've got shoot, discard, and jump, and that's like 3 buttons. That's all you need. And for me, I think one of the reasons I enjoyed it so much is that's the same way that Celeste works. You've got jump, move, and dash, and climb.
Oh, but Celeste there's some techie splecky in Celeste.
There's
enjoyable.
There's a lot of techie and
there's a lot of techie splecky in this as well.
Yeah,
this as
like
well.
There's bumfuck all techie splecky in this, mate.
No, not as
again.
I'm not even
again, not
even. I can see like.
I told you this Discord is worse. I told you it's worse this time.
This is definitely worse than it is normally.
I think there is tech. It's just a lot more smoothed out because it was in Unity, not some little indie project where they
not pixel art.
Found like a lot of the movement text in Celeste arose as bugs, and then the developers tweaked them in such a way that they would then work with the game. It doesn't arise as much in Unity, but it's definitely still there.
Yeah, it's there. No, I don't disagree with you. It is. There's some shenanigans, but it's like, I don't know. For me, speedrunning is like, I know it's a game built for speedrunning, but I feel like speedrunning needs stuff that is breakable, and because it's built in Unity, and it's because these are it's asset based. It's not really breakable. Everything's in place properly. I was trying to do some funny stuff with the water and like speed up all the water, but everything is operated in such a way that they don't work together unless you're doing it as part of the level, if that makes sense. Like you get from A to B in such a manner where it all syncs up nicely, so you can't like manipulate certain things because they all do their job, if that makes sense.
The manipulation then comes in your movement of to use the water example. You want to spend as much time in contact with that speed up water as possible, so you're pressing A for less, so you're jumping less high, so you fall quicker and are on the next platform with the speed up water for longer, so that you're moving faster through the level.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what it does its job, and I know what it does. It does it really quite well. But I can't. If I jump off the water, momentum stops, which means I can't. Be like, oh, I can quickly. If I go on this water path here, I can quickly bounce around, go around this corner, use this card to break that way, because water does its job. I now jump. Now jump does its job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So I think what you're trying to say is that the game feels frictionless, which is I've seen in these kind of other Unity projects as well, that there's no stickiness of the game. It feels like you're kind of not. You feel like a ghost moving through the levels.
Yeah.
Rather than
Oh god, I feel like a ghost.
The world. And I think that makes that creates that disconnect that you're like there's no tech. Well, there is tech. It just doesn't feel good.
The tech is the game.
The game isn't giving you any feedback as to what is happening. Like you're just kind of smoothly floating around.
The tech is part of the game, and then it tells you where to go for the quickest, or for one of the quickest route. You've beat the level once, and then you go, oh brilliant, I've got a gold. Now I can go do it again, but I have a hint to go faster. And it's like, okay, so I can do the tech to go faster. I can do the tech to go faster, but it's built into the game. There's no tech. The tech is in the game. Do you know what I mean? Tech is like wave dash.
There's no like unofficial.
That's not intentional.
You can do.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's the wide issue, isn't it? Is that the game, then they're not confident in their design because the game feels like it wasn't. It had a very short development time. They had an idea. The levels, they work because you get from point to point doing exactly what you want, what they want you to do. But there's no confidence to let you play with any of the mechanics.
Yeah.
Like you do what you're told, but you can't. You know the fact that to continue in the game you have to get a certain time. The game is timed. It's not bad that the game is timed, but it just means that there's no choice. There's no moments of like what is let's play with this concept. It's just get on with it.
Yeah. I've got 4 points. I've got 2 nitpicks that I need to get out. I felt like I had no legs because I felt like I couldn't pick anything up if it went underneath me, and it really fucked me off. I didn't stop trying to pick things up with my legs, and I just didn't have any. That really annoyed me, and that's why
your hitbox when you're picking things up is like really quite small. Like a lot of times, I would like land on a platform. I'll have missed a card and have to awkwardly little shuffle back, pick it up, then get on with what I was doing, which usually just led to me resetting.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's good that's precision, and I think that's okay.
I think that
that's actually kind of skill
Yeah, it's a
issue.
bit of a skill issue. Skill issue was the word on the tip of my tongue.
I think
I don't like this game, but kind of skill issue.
the width of my hitbox was fine for precision. I like that being precise, but I didn't have the legs thing was annoying me. That felt like that wasn't precision. That felt like they haven't
maybe
coded
your guy
in
is
it.
just really short.
What do you mean? No, I was jumping. Oh. Anyway,
Neil Mann.
I know what you mean. It's like one of the levels where you have to jump and go through like 3 bubbles before you kind of do the rest of the level.
oh,
If
the
you
bubble.
obviously
Yeah, the
get
bubbles.
very slightly. It looks like your foot would be in there, but it doesn't activate the bubble. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I do think it would have been easier for
Very
you
granular, but I do agree with the bubbles are bad.
if you didn't mod your character to be short round it. You might have had an easier time.
Then I would say that. What was my other point? It was another nitpick. I can't remember what it was. Oh, the tactile feeling of like that they substituted, or what they substituted for the lack of tactile feeling were these like horrid flashbang effects and bounciness on like the Book of Life, which actually just made it like just feel awful.
What are you
I really didn't
talking
like that.
about? The Book of Life felt insane because of those effects.
It pretty
felt
damn good.
It felt awful. Do you remember when there was that bit where there's I wanted to kill those 3 heads, and you were watching my stream, and I called it jank, and it's not jank, but what it was like I wanted to bounce on one and then go 1, 2, 3. But I bounced on one, and then the flashbang of the Book of Life and the bounce of the Book of Life meant I didn't have a fucking clue where I was. And then I had to look around again to find the second one, and then I had to look around to find the third one. I was like, what? I felt like it was really cheap and like bad attempt at giving you some feedback onto like what things you were doing. But
It's a predictable pushback, though. It just felt akin to not spin, but the one that's in Sonic where you like hop from thing to thing and you bounce back.
Yeah. I think that's what I.
Yeah, I felt that.
That's what I've been wanting to say the entire time. Is the game is designed most like a Sonic game, actually, and unlike anything else we might have thought it was. Particularly when it comes with the Book of Life, it's very Sonic.
Yeah.
And all of the issues that Sonic has, Neon White has the exact same ones.
It felt to me like I was. Imagine you play. Do you remember? Is it Free Rider, the little bike man that was unblocked at school? You could draw.
yeah.
The track.
Line Rider?
That's
right?
Line Rider. That's Line Rider.
Lime Rider. Yeah. You know that.
Too.
You know
I
you
used
could.
to host a website with the different maps on it that I could access at school.
Nice.
Get your dick.
You know the levels where you didn't have to do anything.
Yes.
It
they had a
felt
name,
like-
yes.
Yeah, so there's those levels where like if you just had to tap forward and then the whole thing would be like a Rosenberg machine kind of like vibe.
Rube Goldberg.
I felt like I was playing
Rube Goldberg.
like yeah, that's it. I felt like I was playing that. I just felt like I was playing one of those games, and that's because I think mainly because I'm not native to the genre, but I just felt like I was playing the game designer's like he's like every card was like a now press the jump button, now press the dash button, now press the stomp button, and
I agree.
And I just felt like I was just playing somebody's Line Rider map that was telling me what to do the whole time.
That's funny.
That being said, I don't think I've ever played a game that's like a speedrunning game, and I basically avoid platformers entirely because it's just not what I like. And I thought when we chose this game and I saw cards and I saw the cards were guns and I saw there were demons, I thought, oh cool, I'm playing Doom with parkour. With this aesthetic, and I get to choose my cards to choose what guns I get. Obviously that's not what I got, and I never got over that. And yeah, it's just not a game that I would ever play. So I'm finding it really hard to figure out why I hate it because I hate this kind of game, and why I hate it because it's a bad version of that kind of game. I have no idea which of my opinions are this game is bad and this game is something I would never like anyway.
I do think you need to.
I don't think it's a bad platformer.
Yeah, no, you just need to be a fan of platformers.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad platformer. I just think
I think it's a solid platformer.
I'm pretty.
It's meh platformer.
Yeah, I'm pretty lukewarm on platformers. I just think that the game feels. For me, I think the thing that made me hate it most of all is just how profoundly ugly it is.
Yeah.
I think with me, I liked the gameplay, but I never get more than a like on the gameplay. Like, at like Mission 11, when they said, oh, you don't have to kill all the demons anymore, oh, here's the Book of Life. I thought, okay, at least this not killing demons thing, I would have liked to see that earlier. But I feel like, because I went through the story as well, and I very much did not like the story, it was sort of that bad story, a narrative gameplay, combined with sort of an alright, good at the end platformer gameplay, that it sort of led me to, it's pretty mediocre, I'll say. As a whole, with everything sort of put together, it's quite mediocre.
I'm a platformer fan, and it just... I think it goes back to what James was saying about stickiness. I think for me, it's good that it feels different, and it leans into its own aesthetic. That's fine. The game is fine. At the end of the day, it's fine. But for me, I really like platformers that are sticky, and it feels like I'm sort of very in control, and this one just felt a little bit like I wasn't in control of the aspects, the smaller things that I needed to be in control of more, but then it was made up with the precision of the mouse movement and everything like that, and the use of the guns. All of that was good. I just wanted certain little things to be a little bit more precise. That was my biggest issue with it.
What do you think about the story, Jamie? I've not heard anything you've thought about it.
It's okay. So I got caught in two conflicting minds. It's a story. It's a platformer game story. Like it's there to serve its purpose.
Yeah.
It's like if it's low quality or pulpy, that's not anything to read into or like a point against the game. I know I keep saying it, but like, fuck it. Like imagine the story in a Mario game. This gives you more, and like
hold on, mate.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
This gives you more than the story in a Mario game without even doing too much, and like it's there as much as you want to engage with it for the most part. What?
I feel purposeful in a Mario game.
This is very much a gameplay game. The story, in my mind, is not the focus. I wanted to play through the whole story because I wanted to get the complete package. And I think even by sort of those standards, there's nothing here really to like. Like, I've played through games where I've played through stories and it's clear to me, oh, okay, it's just kind of cookie cutter, it's fine, doesn't do anything, whatever. This is bad to me because I think it wants you to pay attention to the story as well. And I don't think it...
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
I think it
No,
does.
not at all.
I don't think it does.
Because
it's got a true ending. It's got a true ending. It's got an entire thing about... Why is it there then?
The game doesn't doesn't give a toss.
How? It literally gives you the option. Oh, by the way, you can collect all these gifts. There's entire segments between the levels where you have to talk to these characters. I do think they want you to care a little bit. There's a message to the story.
I think
it wants you to listen to.
It's wrong to say the game
very well at all, in my opinion.
It's wrong to say the game doesn't give a toss. The story is there if you feel like you need to engage with it. If you want to go out and get all the collectibles, do all the extra dialogue boxes. Like there's extra like skippable people you never even have to talk to in the first place. It gives you that decision of like if you want to just go and play the game,
That's what I mean.
You're given a speed up button on cutscenes immediately.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But there's always a skip button in games. Like it's like saying, oh, every game.
No, but they're like
every
hold
game.
This one's very prominent.
Stuff like that.
Oh no, hold to skip. Goodness.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like,
it feels
that you need to engage with it.
This one, it's literally like Jamie was saying, you can engage with it if you want. So it doesn't really care about it because you play the game for the
just
game.
felt
You don't play it for the story.
No,
I felt like that the story,
and I
could have
agree.
been, like, it was definitely like optional, and some attention had been paid to it. Hence why there was like 7 things on the menu, and 5 of them were like random story things that you could do. I actually just think it would have been nice if they were even more obviously optional. Like, I didn't want a fast forward button, I wanted a skip button, and I didn't want to have to go and talk to the cat to unlock the next level. I just wanted to play all the game. But that's not a point. That's not a point against it. Like, I just felt like I was actually really happy that all the story nonsense was actually was all optional. I just would rather it have been even more optional, as in I didn't have to look at it at all. But that's just me.
I think
I agree with you, Noah.
I think
and
the
James.
plot is fine.
I think you misunderstood me, Noah. I'm not saying that the game doesn't give a shit. I'm saying that it gives you the option to not engage with it, and you are rewarded with a better ending for the game if you do engage with it.
Put the okay. I understand.
I've been trying to say it for a while that as not confident with the gameplay that they feel in the level design, they don't feel that they're not confident about the story either, because there's the prominent skip button all the time. But I think they do care about it because there is so much of it.
Yes, I agree.
I just think that the game came first.
I agree with that as well.
I think the product came first.
I think
overall,
this is very much a gameplay first game. It's got a story that
I think it's a marketing first game.
Should be. Well, it's got a story that is very much the product of, lessened materials and resources compared to the gameplay, because the gameplay should come first for it. But at the same time, it goes on and on about how, there's this part you can look at, you can do this too. Every time you finish a mission, there's a cutscene, here's all these characters you can speak to, here's a gift you can unlock. And it's like, it wants you to pay attention to it, and it's not worth the reward when you do.
They hired 2 writers for a reason.
Why is it there? Why?
It felt
because
like
just
if we go
get on
Mario,
with the level. Get rid of the gift system. Get rid of the character talking. Just let me get on with the levels. Give me the cutscenes. Put it in the cutscenes. Let me continue. That's what I would have rather had.
I think I kind
just
of
because
agree
you
with
didn't like it, Adam, doesn't mean it's not for no one.
I don't think it's not for. I think what was done was poorly done. I think even with the people who it was meant for, I don't know if they would appreciate that, because what is there, you have to go out of your way for surface level bits and stuff that doesn't even continue the character story, but actively lessens the impact of scenes that came before it. It works against itself. I don't feel rewarded for engaging in this optional gameplay.
It feels like you were looking. It feels like you were looking for a very serious story.
I don't
this
think
game was never
serious is the word. Like, there's room for comedy and everything, but it doesn't even tell a good story. The characters are flat.
I'm interested in what
as all
Reese was saying.
There are parts of it that completely undermine the seriousness of past scenes. The comedy bits are flat. The ending is very poorly told, in my opinion. It doesn't have a good ending whatsoever. At least the quote-unquote best ending, it's not very good. Like, I wasn't expecting much here. I was just expecting a basic story premise with nothing really much to it. But even this goes below that. And I don't like that they put that much effort into it. That little effort, I should say. It's clear that the little materials that got put into it, and I'm still expected to care somewhat.
You don't know how much effort they put into it.
I'm more than effort's wrong.
Story's fine.
Materials,
Could have been written better.
Resources. Story's not fine.
I think the people that wrote
are very
the story
bad.
have absolutely no writing chops whatsoever, and that they're really bad writers.
I agree.
But I don't really hold it against them. I don't think saying that it's got an audience means anything, because, it's like we're rating food and you're saying that Skittles has an audience because loads of children eat it. It's like, well, it's still a shit food. But
yeah, that's a fair point.
I just feel like you can't blame it for the story too much, because it was so optional. It was so optional.
I disagree with the optional part of it.
Like, I think it's if
so
you're going in,
much.
if
It
you're
was
going in
optional,
for
I'll
it.
say, but there's so many mechanics. There's so many little breaks and pauses that point you towards it. Like, it takes itself seriously, but then it doesn't. It's all over the place. But
Yeah.
I
agree.
They've got those moments where I've got to, and even if it's a few button presses, I have to like navigate from the hub, which, like you said, 90% of that hub is just story related, just characters. I have to go to one spot, then move past all the other stuff to the gameplay. There are parts of this game
So
that want you to play the story. It does want you to, at least consider it, but you don't get any reward for doing so,
in a
because
way,
it's for even something so...
No, you do get reward for doing so, even if you discount the true ending for it. Like, all of the engagements with giving the gifts to the side characters, which, by the way, you have to engage with more gameplay to get to those, they then reward you with even more gameplay. You get extra, like, side levels with their own kinds of constraints that pose their own challenges that you wouldn't be facing in the main levels.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
I'll give you that. I actually fairly enjoyed. I didn't do it. I didn't finish it, but I did actually kind of enjoy the gift getting part of the game, because it felt like I was playing a different game, and it was like, okay, ignore the speedrunning part. I'm just going to solve a little puzzle to get up to a certain ledge to get a gift. That's fine. I also think in terms of the pacing of the story, it doesn't really. It's not like it's forcing you to engage with it, because you get your unbroken 10 levels of gameplay per chapter. You finish it, and then you have a bit of story stuff. Like, it's paced. It's not paced badly, because you get your gameplay bit, and then you get a little bit of a break, and that's fine. I think that's fine.
Fast forward button should have been a skip button. That's my biggest.
I'm not.
But here's the thing,
wasn't.
Reece, you were saying, and I'm just curious, kind of what you said there, Reece. Like, you were saying, "Oh, I'm confused. Why do I have a gun? Why do I have a sword?" Like, would that have been alleviated at all if you sort of listened to the story, gotten the character?
No, they're gameplay
more...
elements though. They're
Right,
gameplay elements.
okay.
Like, if I'm like, I cannot pay a single shred of attention in a COD game, but I know I'm a soldier. I've got a gun and I know I've got to shoot people. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's.
Yeah,
I don't think it's anything to do with the writing.
but did you sort of listen to the cutscenes where it explained kind of what you were? What
They're
the
not even
cards
slightly.
were? Oh, okay. Do you think if
Like,
you did, that would have lessened your annoyance at that point?
I literally have no idea. I don't know. I don't have no idea, because I didn't listen to it. I heard him go, who's that orc girl looking at me? And then the girl came in and was like, ha! And I was like, okay, I can't I'm going to turn this off right now if I don't press
You turned it off at Neon Violet.
That's
Do you know what? I think it was
Just the voices, to be honest, that did it for me.
the voice acting was so what it was that I just had to skip it, and I was like, okay, I'm just not going to listen to this story then.
I didn't think
because
all the voice acting was bad. Like, there are Violet.
I didn't.
Fucking
Mate.
terrible.
No, I didn't say it was bad. I said it was what it was. Like, I feel like I know slightly enough about writing to say the writing was bad. I don't know anything. The voice acting is like, I don't know. I don't like most voice actors anyway. It's just like, so I'm just not going to suffer through it.
It wasn't Liam O'Brien, I'll tell you that.
It was not a judgment. That's true.
It was not Liam.
It was Steve Blum though, and he's not the worst.
It was Steve Blum. Steve Blum did
It wasn't Mark Hamill's Joker, I'll tell you that.
It all felt very.
No, he was
like,
earlier in the test.
It all felt very intentionally campy to me. Like it was written and performed that way on purpose. Like, even if that's not something you like, you don't want to engage with. Like, it's not directionless. It's not made without design.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it's fair.
I remember when this was a huge character growth moment for me when I said to my stepdad that, like, why don't you like Kill Bill? And he said, well, it's all like over exaggerated and like over the top nonsense. And I said, yeah, but it's supposed to be. And he went, yeah, and I still don't like it. And my mind was blown that, like, just because something's intentional, you can just not like it still. And that's kind of what I had with this game. I was like, I'm not going to judge it. Like, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge the voice. I'm going to skip through the story and not have much opinions on it, because it's just, I know it's not even slightly for me. I'm not in a, just like my stepdad is not in a place to rank Kill Bill as a Tarantino film because he doesn't like any of them. I was not in a place to be like, this could have been better and this could have been better. Like, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
it's kind of why I was really glad that it felt like the story was so optional that I had a chance to enjoy the gameplay without having to suffer through something that's a complete, like, a genre that I don't even like.
I feel like
I'm glad the story was optional.
I feel like this
in a
kind
way.
of speaks. Yeah, I feel like this speaks to sort of our difference in how we play games. Because with me, as soon as I saw like a story, as soon as I saw a gift giving mechanic, I was like, okay, I wouldn't feel like I got the complete experience until I engage with that fully, no matter how much I dislike it. It seems, and you seem to go, oh, okay, I don't really care about it, I'll just move on, which isn't bad. I think it just more speaks to our different ways of quote unquote completing a game for this.
I'm happy
seems
to
like-
ignore
yeah.
something that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
I, like, imagine I wanted to experience Buffy and I didn't like the dialogue in Buffy. I would ask, like, what's the best 10 episodes of the entire season? And, like, let me watch those. That's what I felt like I was doing. And I thought it was good that the game was, like, giving me that of, like, well, if you just want the gameplay, just don't worry about it. Just press the F button.
Kind of like watching Doctor House. Like, each episode is within itself.
Yeah, like, I've consumed House on YouTube Shorts. I definitely don't need to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Fucking
I
Peacock
don't know if that's
YouTube
fair.
channel.
Maybe, I don't know. I might be wrong, but so okay, going a little bit back. The reason that he has a gun and a sword is not because of the gameplay or the story. It was that they needed a marketable character to a certain demographic at a certain point in time when the game ended development. And the same reason the story has all of that. Like I said it was like Persona 5. That's not. I think that it's trying to emulate Persona 5 because they're trying to grab that demographic. The game is designed and written for marketing
So,
before
James,
anything else.
if you get to say that we don't know how much effort was put in, even though we've played the game, you don't get to say why
That's
they
all.
did
You've
it
got
the
me.
way
You
they
have
did.
caught me there, haven't you?
Like, how do you know
Okay,
that
well,
it was
okay.
marketing first if we don't know that the
Also,
the
It feels
writing
like
was
it.
low
Yeah,
effort?
yeah. You've caught me.
Also,
in a-
that's
you've
not the
caught me in a big
demographic.
trap there.
That's you can't just demographic. You can't just base an entire demographic on story slash social link elements. Like, that's not a demographic they're trying to pull. They're trying to pull speedrunners. Like the gameplay
They're
is
trying- no,
speedrunners.
okay.
Persona 5
They're
people
trying
aren't
to
going
pull-
to people that are diehard Persona 5 JRPG fans don't care. They're not trying to pull that audience. They want speedrunners, and they are using heavily inspired mechanics from games such as Persona to fill the bits in between, which is fine, and it works for the people that are playing it. It's so diluted because the speedrunners care about the game, but they can interact with that bit, and it's fine. It works.
I think we're learning so much about how to criticize art. It's impressive. Carry on.
That's true.
I just happen to like both
Sorry, you
genres.
just completely threw me off. What?
Can I tack on as well? I don't think he had a katana and a gun for marketing. I think they're just cool and fun to play. I think that's it.
To be honest, I didn't care he had a katana, but I'm happy he had a katana because I like katanas. Katanas are cool, and he had a cool mask. The character actually was
yes,
fairly cool.
Yeah,
But it
and
just
that
sounded like you
and
I
that
can see him.
that like if you don't skip all the cutscenes as well, he has a katana because he thinks they're cool, and that's it.
There you go. See, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you can completely destroy my last argument. When I said marketing, I guess I meant they think it's cool, and I was trying to sound more cynical.
I feel like it.
That's what it was.
I feel like it was way too. I don't know. I feel like you're giving it too much credit for how intentional it was by saying that it was like trying to capture a market and stuff like that. To me, and I don't know if this is true, and it probably wasn't.
They probably just are that market.
It really felt like it was a 14-year-old that thought all of it was cool and had just learnt Unity, that was making it. But obviously that's not true. But to me, I didn't get a shred of like this was made in a boardroom. It certainly wasn't Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds.
I didn't feel like it was particularly in depth. There was no depth to the characters. There were
just
very
dated this,
typical
Reece.
tropes of general characters that you get in sort of interactive game like that. They have nothing to do with the gameplay at all. Sometimes they run you, or sometimes they place bombs or whatever. It's like it's completely separate from the game. You can interact with it, and it's a pretty shallow representation of that sort of social link gameplay. But again, it's like I'm just gonna play the game to speedrun. I'm a speedrunner. Why? Oh, this is cool. Hold on, neon violets. Goon to neon violet a little bit, but then I'll go back to speedrun to that after my 5 monsters.
Drink
5 monsters. I did drink 5 monsters and suddenly enjoy the game. Once I'd drunk enough
That
white
is the thing.
monsters, I suddenly was loving it.
Neon white
yeah, I want to. Okay, sorry, I need to take everything back about marketing. Yeah, you're right. This is a product that comes from a subculture that I'm. Oh, it's in an uncanny valley for me, where like it's so close to me, but it's not quite, and therefore I find it disgusting.
That's funny.
It's repulsive.
Yeah, no, it's not marketing. It's from Rowley.
The uncanny Weeaboo Valley.
Yeah, the uncanny Weeaboo Valley made this.
I mean, I've seen the videos of the fans.
It's gross. It felt gross playing this game.
I think
I didn't feel gross playing it. It felt all right.
they're like
This was good. It was a bit
the grossness.
but it was serviceable. The gameplay. It was like I got what I. You go.
The grossness you so force upon it. I think things like Blood Rain are like exactly the same thing as that in my mind. Like they're just campy and a bit shitty, but they know they are, and it's all just a bit of fun. That's just that's.
Yeah, I know. I would definitely concede that the fact that I found this gross says more about me than it does about the game.
I think we're finding new ways to critique James.
About itself. When I said the game,
That's what I wanted.
When I said the game doesn't really care about the stories and stuff. I meant more so that it knew it wasn't necessary to care, if that makes sense. Like it's just happy. It's got cool weapons. Look at my cool friends with cool masks. It was just a chummy game. It's all right. It's just chummy story, mate.
I would like to make a quick mention because you mentioned it a couple minutes ago about when you run through the levels with the characters. The bit quite near the end where they've got to pick one of themselves to sacrifice. I wrote it out in my written review of that in any other game would typically have just been a cutscene. I thought it was actually really cool for a game that wasn't really placing a great deal of emphasis on its story if you didn't want it, to then have a level where you're actively like being shot at by this person who's trying to stop you from killing yourself to save her, and like her shooting the level is interacting with the geometry, and you've got to change your movements.
Do you know any of that?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not.
Playing it.
Okay,
And
so
he skipped the story.
I
And he was like,
I
"Why
did
am I
skip
chasing
the
this
story
lady?"
after the first. I got all of the background, but even I didn't shut my eyes when it was fast forwarding. I did get the gist of what was happening, and I did also agree that was quite interestingly cinematic for a game that didn't feel cinematic at all.
Yeah.
But just because I fast forward through the story, Adam, doesn't mean that I have no concept of what was happening. It was the story, as we have said multiple times, was very simple. I could get what was going on. I've seen stories. I know what they're like.
That's why it's a fast forward
It
button.
was
and
the
not a
only
skip
part of the
button,
story I
guess.
cared.
Yeah.
So that you get the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we need is a gist,
That makes
really.
a lot of
But
sense.
it was the only part of the story that I actually cared about. I think it was the only part that for me was like, oh, okay, this I understand. The story is now interacting with the gameplay. It is what it felt like.
Yeah, it's using it. The story for the first time used its medium. Well, not for the first time because the gift thing is using its medium as well. But that was an optional thing, I guess. But it was the first time that the forced narrative was using the medium of being a video game to tell its story.
That was good.
And that was
good.
I think it's commendable for that.
I think the boss fights, it weren't telling a story as such, but the boss fights I think used the game very well too. Like you weren't just stuck.
really well.
Yeah, I thought the boss fights were the best part of the game.
Again, another game would have done it where you're stuck in like this little platform and you do just now have to use the gun and nothing else, and there's no platforming, and you've just got to shoot at the boss and time it, and like it kept it as a stage, but you are still doing damage and you do have to use the guns. But
it was good.
It still it felt very natural.
It felt. Those are the bits that felt the best in the game. Like you said, it felt really natural. Like that felt intentional, and I felt purposeful while doing it. It didn't just feel like I was
I'd say
going from A to B. Like Yeah.
If you're
Even the going from crystal to crystal was good.
if you're looking for it as well, the boss fights have probably more sequence breaking than the rest of the game as well, because you can, when you destroy a crystal, there's like a second where he doesn't have that shield around him, where he moves on to the next one, and you can twitch or aim, shoot him in that time to kill him before you're actually supposed to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did
That's
get that
that's
a few times,
another
actually, but
good
not.
layer. That's another good layer.
That's a good layer, actually, I do remember doing that.
Noah's
when,
opinion on the game just 180 immediately.
Oh, hold on. I don't give a shit. Hold on. There's 87 other levels or whatever. I don't care about.
Can we bring out the guess the angle
The boss
quickly?
levels from I like Osu. I like Osu. So if I can,
he loves Osu.
so this brings me on to which game I'm putting forward, which is Osu.
That's a good idea. Okay, so yeah, we've been going for about an hour. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up?
We're going in circles, to be honest.
I don't think we've all touched on the aesthetics properly.
Okay.
Like
Okay,
I know like looking at it,
real gross.
it's not a great deal to speak about. It also does cover the music as well, which I think I did a fantastic job at serving exactly the purpose it needed to.
I think the aesthetics were fine.
Maybe
The music was pretty good.
the whole game. I thought this music is very okay, but it feels like it's trying to recreate a genre that it's not quite doing. And then I found out that it was made by Machine Girl, and I don't know what they were doing, because they're usually very good. I quite like Machine Girl, and on this soundtrack, they fucking failed compared to everything else they've made. But I think it's because it was diluted, because it had to be made for a broader audience than their usual stuff, I suppose.
It's a very...
Sorry,
It's a very, Hans Zimmer composed for Chappie moment?
Yeah, that's it. What? Yeah. No, that's
okay,
exactly
Yeah,
it.
man.
Sure.
That's good.
Sure.
No, I don't remember it at all. I don't remember a single. I can't remember a jingle. I can't remember a song.
I didn't watch Chappie either.
I think I agree
remember
when
a
you
single
say the
music
music did sort of do what
Okay,
it
well,
wanted
I
to do.
suppose, Machine Girl is very plunderphonics usually. It's like it uses, they use tons of samples, and they don't use any here, obviously, because they had to sell the game. So I think they're doing a diluted version of their usual stuff, and it's kind of breakcore, even though it's not exactly breakcore if you want to get into it, but it just feels like it just kind of felt a bit flaccid for what that genre can usually do. But
I don't know. I think it did enough. An outstanding piece of video game music. You will remember it, and it will also serve the function it needs in the game, whether that be to set an emotional tone, or the pacing, or things like that. But what the music in this game did was just its background. The high BPM will put your brain in that mode of, we need to speed the fuck up. That's all it needed.
It certainly set a tone.
Very background.
Which is good.
I'm thinking like a Mario background song, or like a song in a Mario level. I'm remembering that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's it's almost part of the level. But in this game, it really was just background music.
Yeah.
I do remember.
It's no Gusty God in Galaxy, is it?
That's what I mean by an outstanding one. Of you know what Mario 1-1 is. You know 1-2. You know 8-1. But the ones in the middle, they did their job.
But if you play it, I'll know it.
Yeah. I think if you played Neon White's music, I'd probably recognise it as part of Neon White. I couldn't put you on a level.
I remember.
Or a mission.
I remember
Does it
one
change?
track. I remember one track.
Yeah, it does change. I remember not liking Mission 9.
It's crazy. I
remember Mission
literally
9.
cannot remember a single. I can't remember a single chord.
The only one I remember is the one where it goes, "Aim for the heavens," and that's the only one I remember.
Wait. I
like that!
I thought it was the beginning of every level.
That is the beginning of every level. I loved that. I also fucking loved when you've finished a mission and you come back to the hub world. The bit where it says how many days are left until Judgment. The visuals of just that pop up and the sound effect that plays on it did it for me so hard. I loved it.
I might have some animated recommend to you. Also, try listening to Machine Girl. You might like it. Okay, so I was thinking that we could go through each of the ratings, each of the 5 attributes that we could attribute to each game, one by one. Our score system is a little bit confusing, even to us. We have 5 metrics: quality, fun, babes, aesthetic, and playability. Quality is a basic how good is the game. Maybe this should be the only metric. Fun is how fun it is. If you're Neil Druckmann, this one doesn't matter. Babes, how attractive are the characters? This is secretly the most important one. Aesthetics, how nice is it to look at? And finally, playability. A score on 10 on this one denotes a game with absolutely no barriers to playing it, if that's controls, odd cameras, or strange tutorials or lack thereof. Each metric is scored out of 10, and an expertly designed formula weights these metrics to find the final total scores. Quality is weighed to 40%, fun to 30%, and the other 3, 10% each. Now let's find out what scores Neon White got. I know we've already put them through, but I was thinking after our conversation we might have different numbers we might want to put in. So first of all is quality, which is basically just all around how good is it.
Should we just go person by person again?
Yeah.
I gave it a 7 originally. I'd probably give it a 6. I think.
Join me, Noah.
What's made you take it
I
down?
think I'd give it a 6. I just don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that good. But it's fine. It's just fine. But 7 is closer to 10 than it is to 5. No, it's not. I'm just cutting it out. But 7 for me is like.
I think I get what
7 is a good game.
It's
and
closer
6 is like, it's just above okay. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's just
good,
above okay.
But not very good. It's just good.
It's just above okay. So I'm going to give that a 6.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Okay, Adam, you're keeping it on 6?
Yeah, I'm keeping it on 6. I felt like with the story and the gameplay combined, it gives good in the gameplay, but I never, maybe except at the end, thought, oh wow, this is really something. Most of the game it was just, this is serviceable, this is alright. Story I did not like at all, but I'm not going to have that put too much, maybe like a point, because obviously it's a story second, gameplay first game, but yeah, I think when I think back of it in total, it's good. It's not much more than good though.
So you're keeping it on 6?
I'm keeping it on 6, yes.
I gave it a 3. I think that I was being maybe too unfair, and I will bump it up to a 4. JB, you've given it a 10.
I'm keeping it on my 10. It did exactly what it said on the tin. I found no glaring flaws in the way the game was made for me. I loved it.
Reese, keeping it on a 4.
I was on 3, and like you, James, I think I was being too harsh. What's interesting is that I think if fun is subjective and quality is objective, or if that's what we're trying to go for, maybe I should be 6 and 4 rather than 4 and 6. But yeah. Anyway, I know that they average out to 5.
Very interesting point.
Oh, they don't.
No, I think the quality's weighted a bit heavier.
Yeah, quality's weighted higher.
No. But I know. Yeah, I know. But I'm saying
quality is heavier. But yes, yeah.
I know that the average of those two for me is 5.
I see what you're
saying. That's it. But yeah, I think I'll keep quality at 4 because I didn't think it was very well made. No, fun.
Yeah, 4. That's it.
Yeah, fun. I'm actually bumping up to a 7. I think.
Oh my god!
It was, in hindsight, more fun than when I was playing those middle levels. The middle levels were drab a little bit, but actually I did have fun. Is there points? No, it's just whole numbers, isn't it? Yeah. So I'd probably give it like a 7.5, but I think a 7's fair enough for me.
I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I definitely think the fact that I played it all in one sitting didn't help my like for it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to keep it at a 6 because the gameplay was fun, the speedrunning section was fun, I enjoyed it. I didn't like the story stuff, I didn't think that was very enjoyable to go through, and I didn't like the gift segments because it felt like the game slowed to a crawl. It is a different game, and I didn't enjoy the game that it became when that happened. So I think I'm going to keep it at a 6 purely because of the speed running.
Cool. Okay, I think for fun, I didn't really have much fun at all. Most time I found the game particularly laborious and frustrating. I'm actually going to lower my 4 to a 2.
Oh.
Jamie?
Not happy.
How fun did you think?
It's raining. No, I've got 10, and I'm keeping it there. I'd give it an 11 if I could. As soon as I looked at the trailer for the game, I knew how the game felt to play, and like I was completely right. It felt intuitive the entire way, and exactly what I was looking for. It was really fun.
Can I
remember
suggest
seeing
something
it in
quickly?
a Nintendo Direct, just thinking, I never want to play that game again. Or for the first time, sorry.
Reese, are you keeping your fun on 6?
I
So
can't
I'm
believe your
keeping
fun's
my
at
fun.
6, to be honest.
I had a good time, but I actually think that if I had played it for longer, that would have continued to go down because I was getting very frustrated by the end, and I was not having fun at the end.
I could tell
I think there was
there.
lots of 7 and 8 moments, but overall, I did not enjoy it that much.
So the most important metric. How's the babes, Noah?
What do I give it? 6? Yeah.
6.
6 is fair.
It's all right.
Yeah, Adam?
Give it an 8.
Adam's giving it a
8's
high
fair.
8.
A high 8.
Mate.
Listen, I've got a bigger playing field here, right? I've got more weapons in my arsenal.
Yeah, I bet you do.
There's some
Wild.
hot. There's some hot characters here. Like white pretty hot. Red. Kind of all of the main neons are pretty hot. Like they're kind of designed to be attractive. We were talking about sort of, you know, James thinking it was like marketed to like a Persona audience. It has got sort of that
They're your typical tropes.
I still think that's kind of true.
typical tropey
Oh.
character design. It's meant to
It's
draw
just-
people in.
You can't. I'm not going to talk. No, I'm not going to talk about that.
But
They
no, I
tried to recreate the feeling of the system. I'm not saying that they succeeded, but they definitely
Yes.
tried to take the social link system from Persona and recreate it in very
No,
simplified,
that's fine. I don't
uninteresting
disagree with
ways.
that point. The point I disagree with is they're taking that audience. I disagree with that. I think maybe it's getting lost in translation, and it's just it's getting lost in translation from your mouth to my ears. But
The audience for Persona 5 is larger than people who like JRPGs. A lot of people who don't like JRPGs liked Persona 5 because they liked that aspect of the game.
If it's going for any audience,
Mate.
it's going for the audience that want to like Persona 5, but are TikTok,
Yes.
so they can't stick with it, so they play Neon White. That's my. If I was to,
That's perfect. I think that's
still
what I
at
meant.
you.
yeah, see, thank you.
I think it's
Thank you.
Now I'm
in
not going to
babes.
beat James up.
Please, you can't take it again, Noah.
I've played these games.
It's true.
before.
You've already made my nose bleed once.
Right, babes for you, James.
That's not hard, James.
Well, twice. Once for good reasons, one for bad reasons. Not hard. Babes, I think that I hated these babes. I hated these babes. They get a 2 from me.
Seasoned gooner.
The art is awful. Apart from the faces, I don't think the faces are good, but I liked that they looked weird.
The faces did look weird.
Just all around these Tumblr, not even Tumblr, TikTok, Discord OCs. I can't stand them. The masks are ugly. The aesthetic's ugly.
But where's
Giving it a 2 for babes because I do like the boobies in it though.
1 point for each? 1 point for each tit. I like it.
I like Red's boobies. Jamie, how you think about these babes?
It's a very fuckable game, personally.
Oh, it's not. But
It's not Hackers
thing is, what we're
1995.
going to do here is we're going to co-opt your term. We're going to use it in a way you never meant, and use it to suit my own needs. I liked the women.
My whole thing.
The men actually a bit. I like these babes. Could have been a 10.
It's our most scientific metric.
Yeah, this the babes ranking does not hold up to any kind of criticism or thoughts
It's
or
most
train
important.
of thought, or it's just like
Nah.
Just slap your dick on the keyboard.
We
come up with a number.
actually here love all women. We love all women.
So what we do is that we implant calipers onto each of our genitals when we play the game, and we measure the average girth as we're playing, and the higher the girth.
I reached.
So as per my rating, I had 6 stiffies during this game, and
6 whole stiffies.
most of them were red, but then there was one violet.
I had a couple of
It says-
Mikey's in there accidentally.
That's the thing, is that I can't.
That means
Like
that
through
I-
all of the game, I just couldn't do green. Was the issue?
Really? I don't
That does mean that I only had 2 stiffies, but I think that might have been my fault in the game.
He's on a don't judge him. He's on a calorie deficit.
I had like 3 green stiffies, 2 whites, maybe
2 whites is crazy.
Whoa.
maybe like.
I had a few Mikey stiffies, but
I got.
That's between me and
I have
Brooklyn.
a violet stiffy.
Kind of a bit of a gabby stiffy though.
I had a black stiffy at 1.2. I needed to get that
Gabby
checked
Stiffy.
out.
I don't even know who Gabby is. Who's Gabby?
She's Mikey's secretary.
Oh, the Gabby the cat.
She's got a.
The
You wanna
other
fuck
one.
the cat, Jamie? Jamie.
But yeah, I thought what her.
That's not even like furry
That's
bait.
right.
That's just a cat, bro.
Well, yeah, but she's not.
No, I had its feet out.
it's
It's got its
She
feet
doesn't even
out.
look like that anyway. She's actually an
hang
angel.
on.
She's actually a biblically accurate angel rather than a cat. So don't even come at me with that.
we didn't mention that bit, but that bit
Why?
needs to get killed.
No, that's cool.
That-
Fuck it. Fuck off. Let me circle back to that. The gift system, right? One of the things you unlock through doing Mikey's gifts is the way that all of the other characters are perceiving Mikey. Because you see him as a cat, but someone like the hardcore fuck off
Yes.
sees him as a biblically accurate angel. The woman that's
Yeah.
closest to you, Red, she also sees him as a cat. Violet, I can't remember what she sees him as.
Yeah.
Silly bitch.
No, I saw this
Well,
cutscene.
you must have done the gifts then.
No, I think it's actually a Heavenly Delight, which we didn't talk about.
No,
but
it's
that's
not a
like a
heavenly
ticket.
It's
delight.
not-
I know what
mission.
Jamie's talking.
It's not a heavenly delight. It's a gifting you get. It is mentioned in the cutscene that they look different.
Did I look at this on YouTube? Am I that
He actually
disgruntled?
was obsessed with.
But maybe
He
I'm
was
obsessed.
positively disgruntled.
I love this game.
Should we move on to aesthetics?
Playability. Oh, it's aesthetics.
Yeah, aesthetics.
Did we not cover aesthetics a bit? earlier?
No,
in like little
Not that
detail.
high, it's a 7. It's fine.
It's 6. It's good at what it does. Most of the points from the 6 are from the music. I think the music, there was some catchy parts to it. As discussed, they did a good job at kind of setting a background beat while you're running through.
Didn't even think about music.
But the level
Nice,
design,
45.
like in terms of the graphics and art directions, kind of nothing to talk about. It's serviceable. James coming in with a solid 1.
I'm leaving it on a 1. I think that this game is about half a day's work away from just being like a checkerboard on each of the textures in a white vacuum. They didn't try this aesthetic. It's really ugly.
You're saying they're going to hell for not installing Source?
Pretty much, yeah. They didn't install Source. Like you can see.
It's the 10th level.
I gave it a 6. It's perfectly serviceable. It's not ugly or hard to look at. It's just there. It doesn't get in your way, which is what the gameplay needs. It's fine.
Reese with a 2 for aesthetics.
Reese gave it.
Yeah,
2.
well, you know what I was saying about the cards and the demons and the guns. This isn't the only reason I gave it a 2. I do just think it looks really horrid and ugly. But I also think the aesthetics don't serve the gameplay in that they made me think I was going to play a different game. So for that reason, I'm not going to redeem them up any more than a 2 because, like, you know. They should be lucky
Oh, yeah,
that
we
the
up-
points are being lost in aesthetics, which is weighted less than quality or fun.
I think mine's so high because it's
mathematical
just my
diss.
subjective. I like the vision. It wasn't executed exquisitely, but I like that direction for what
I mean, aesthetics is
could
always
be.
going to be
Something like that. But
like
that's
there's
why
always
mine's
going to
so
be a
high.
good part subjective in it because it's covering like art direction.
Yeah,
Sorry.
of course, it's all subjective, really.
It's all subjective.
Literally, all of this is
Playability?
subjective. If you're listening to this, you're an idiot.
I do think it's funny that Reese's total score has suffered so heavily because his dementia-riddled brain thought he was going to play a different game.
Yeah,
That is
That is
is
crazy.
the whole time I was waiting to play different, and like I think that was his biggest flaw is honestly, it's the guns. It's the guns.
I was
Like, don't
chewing
give me a
up-
gun if I'm not going to start having. Anyway,
I was queuing up in a matchmaking lobby to 1v1 on Rust, and then suddenly I'm speed running. What the fuck's happened here?
Disappointed. He's just disappointed it wasn't Krunker. That's the problem. 7 hours of Krunker. He
Where are the
just wanted to crunch
terrorists?
seven
Where are
straight
the
hours.
counter-terrorists?
not
Where's
made
the
by
bomb?
Infinity Ward.
I can't plant the
It's
bomb.
funny.
I want to roll for skins.
If he's not crunking, he's not gaming.
That's true.
If he can't bounce on it properly,
I
then there's no game.
I'll give him his dues. He's got a 6 in Babes. He was crunking the whole time, to be fair.
He was. I
was
know,
crunking. That caliber was getting
his
its
genitals were
work done.
crunking, that's for sure. Playability.
Speaking of crunking, crunkability, playability. I don't know what that means.
Playability
This
is a weird one.
I'm
It's,
just going to give it a 6 because of what I think playability is. Yeah, it's fine.
What do you think playability
Well,
is?
I think it's like how easy it is for anyone to pick up, and
I see.
that way, I think it's fairly easy. I think if you're recent, you just want to crunk it all day. It's probably a bit more difficult. But yeah. If you're a hardcore JRPG fan that loves Persona mechanics, you're probably not feeling it as well.
This is the game for you.
But yeah, it's pretty crunkable. I mean, playable.
I gave it a 10 for playability because I believe playability to be how easy or how well the game teaches its mechanics and how easy kind of is to get a hold of those mechanics and play the game. I think it does that very well. I think kind of I learned quite quickly what I'm meant to do. I know what everything does when it gives it to me. It's very simple. I didn't have to sort of sit there and figure out, well, hang on, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do here? It was very sort of straightforward and it taught me well. Thank you, teacher.
Playability, it's an 8. It was, look, I mean, I played the whole game, sat in one sitting in 6 hours. I did it. I played it. I didn't have an ounce of fun.
Well, I had 2 ounces of fun, actually.
I don't play video games for fun anymore, though.
That was good, great.
I stopped having fun a long time ago. Jamie, you've given it a 7.
Why you turned it into a therapy session? I gave it a 7.
The only demon I was playing with was the one touching the controller. A 7. You gave it a 7.
I gave it a 7. If every single player in the world was me, I'd give it a 10 because I picked it up, understood it immediately. I knew exactly what it wanted from me at all hours, at all seconds of the day. However, I witnessed. The thing is, I witnessed Reese crunking it through every single level, just like landing on platforms I wouldn't even think to land on. Like he's just aiming at anything he can find. It's like, oh yeah, some people just want to play Dwarf Fortress.
That's why I gave it a 7 too. You're making me out like I'm fucking disabled.
Well, Reese, I earlier made some very loud arguments that were immediately demolished. I think we both come off quite well.
No,
It's okay.
I gave it a 7. Just like, well, one thing it didn't do was show me how to use the abilities without using text, which I think is always good in the game. It didn't do that. I don't know. I've not got a real reason for. It was perfectly serviceable in how it taught me to do things. It was quite simple and stuff like that. I feel like I'm still getting hung up on playability in that, like the signals it was giving me about what I would be doing weren't paid off, and that's kind of a playability issue because I felt like there were points where I was like shooting the demons and like I really shouldn't have been shooting them. I should have just been pressing left click to go through them and stuff like that. But
Well, that's it. It seems that's.
Okay, so overall, it's got a quality of 6 a fun of 6.2, a Bayes rating of 6, that's 6 stiffies, an aesthetics of 4.4, a playability of 7.6, an overall 6.06, the most middle of the road video game ever made.
Lots of sixes.
6s across the board. Sight. Game's sight.
6s across the board, apart from the aesthetics, which is the worst part of the game, definitely, for sure. That's that.
Not bad for a dead guy, huh?
Our voting system for a new game is pretty simple. Each participant puts forward 2 video games no one in the group has finished. We then each get 3 votes to allocate to any games other than our own. One of our votes amounts to 3 points, one of our votes amounts to 2 points, and the last a single point. These points are added up and the game with the most points is chosen to be played next. The game with the least amount of votes is banned and we'll never hear from it again. In the event of a tie, we vote again in the same system. Let's see what they voted for. It's time to finally vote for our next game. Okay, we'll do Noah first. Noah, you can put your 3, 2 and 1 in.
Oh. But you can see where I put them.
Yeah, we're all going to react and you're going to feel really bad after each one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, is 3... Are we allocating our points, or are we saying first, second, third?
Allocate points.
Let's just test it.
Allocate points.
So
the input's just worked
3...
out.
Yeah, 3 is the one you want the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
Classic.
3 for me.
God.
Classic. That's got a 3-point already on Billy Hatcher.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Can't vote for your own games.
I know.
No shit.
Oh, God.
Stay
No fucking way!
What?
Shit, Doshin in the
Stay
Giant
nice.
gets
What?
a 2 vote.
What are you talking
Doshin
about?
lives another day.
That is
How does
Star Fox
Doshin-
Adventure right there.
How does Doshin
Star
be
Fox
fucking
Adventure
mafia?
brain.
What are you
Cunt.
doing?
Do you know what it was? It was the devil Doshin. It was the angry.
Dang with the-
So
See,
I'm
he wasn't even supposed to be in there. That's a spoiler.
so curious about devil Doshin.
Devil Doshin.
Devil
Okay.
Doshin.
I made that trailer myself.
Alright.
That's me.
What am I gonna do? I think my 3.
Nice, good.
What are you cooking?
It's definitely the longest game on that's been put forward as well. I think it's like 30 hours.
Don't say that, James, as soon as you're about to...
Oh, this guy's actually
What?
the stinkiest stinker.
I wouldn't take that from the fucking Doshin the Giant #2 Krazoa Palace fucking mentality.
Trust me, you gotta believe it.
I was gonna give Super Mystery Dungeon 1, but you know what? Not anymore.
Well, if you're doing it out of spite, then you're just not a true gamer.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes!
Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, my
that's
first
good.
vote.
Reese,
This is
you've
so
captured
nice,
me.
guys. Thank you.
You've captured me, Reese, with both.
Well, you've put forward actual games, which is nice.
Fuck off. Dwarf Fortress is more of a game than Warhammer Space Marine will ever be.
I can't believe that.
So I think Star Fox Adventures is getting a 3 from me.
Fuck off.
yes.
What are you
Crazy.
talking about?
Why?
Oh no.
Billy Hatcher's getting a 2 from me.
Oh my god,
Billy
please
Hatcher's
do
a
not.
winner.
Please do not make me play Billy Hatcher. Oh my god.
I feel like this is kind of warping it
I'll
a bit
give the
because
one
when
to
we
Dust as
see
well.
what game is gonna win it, or at least is in the running, it's gonna affect how we vote.
That's
I will
okay.
not let it affect how I
See?
vote.
Oh, but
I've got mine locked
I've
in.
planned what I'm going to vote already.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Warhammer gets my 1.
Ooh.
I like it. I like Mystery Dungeon.
Thank you.
Please.
I really like Mafia.
Holy shit.
Right.
Mafia Billy Hatcher a tiebreaker.
Good lord, I'm not voting for that fucking trash that you showed me. Let's see. I like the look of. I like the look of. I don't know what my 1 is actually.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It was genuinely.
my
Wait.
God.
Oh, Reese, let's go,
I told
baby!
you. I told you I locked it in. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill
Oh, I'm going to kill
I was
my own
talking to
self.
James earlier, and he told me I'm pretty certain I'm going to get freeze from you and Reese, and he was right.
Oh yeah.
And then Dusk, I guess. Sorry, I had it locked in.
But why?
Thank you for giving at least. Thank you for voting for
There
one
we
of
go,
my
guys.
games, Reese. I was getting
There we go.
genuinely
My
kind of.
first win.
I was getting genuinely kind of depressed
So-
that no one was voting for my stuff.
So, 1 minute. So, if 2 people vote for the max for something, it basically always wins because of the way this voting system works.
Well, no, it's not. I went last time.
Problem.
I guess.
I still think we should do it in secret, then bring it forward.
Two, like, I didn't even know that it would knock Mafia off the top, which is a real shame because I'd rather play Mafia. But that's not how it works.
I'm so unhappy.
We've definitely chosen the game that is gonna have the lowest playability rating.
I just like.
I think it's important to remind everyone when going into Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines, you do not have to finish the game if you don't want to.
Can I do something else?
Yes.
Can I do this and we vote among them? Or does that feel unfair?
No, you can't. Why are you changing it?
Is it? I'm just saying, like I'm Inscription and Vampire the Masquerade were a bit of a toss up for me. So I don't mind like
Let's vote amongst them.
Thank God. Billy Hatcher.
because everyone will be happier and we're doing this to enjoy ourselves. So like
We're doing it for the love of the medium. There's no enjoyment here.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a fun playing a game in a long time. That didn't work. Fuck. Oh.
here in this.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all down to you, James.
No, Mafia wins here.
Yeah,
No matter what I do, Mafia wins.
Yeah.
Ties.
Fuck.
It can.
I don't
It
want to
can
play
tie
Mafia. It's so
with.
boring.
No,
Oh,
he
yeah,
doesn't
no,
tie
you
because he
have
has
to
to
give
kiss
it
one.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Mafia.
It looks so boring. Oh.
Well, you're the one who wanted to do this, James. So you shot yourself in the foot with that one. I would have liked to play Vampire.
Which one gets banned? Kunitsugami.
Kunitsugami.
Yeah, because it's
It did look kind of bum
Yeah.
cheeks, to be honest.
No one
It's
likes
it,
Mike.
it's a shame because no, I like Inscription and Kunitsugami is actually my 4th pick. I hate the look of Star Fox, Super Mystery Dungeon, and Billy Hatcher.
You're so
I
wrong
really
about
wanted
Star
it to be
Fox.
Star Fox. I really wanted it to be Star Fox.
You
want-
just wanted it to be Star Fox,
Star
so
Fox
we'd all
will
have
be-
to suffer through it.
What do you mean, suffer?
I think it'd be funny.
I didn't.
Are you not like
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline?
are you guys not seeing what I saw when we watched the Billy Hatcher? It looked. I've never seen a game I've wanted to play less.
Incredible. It looked incredible.
I wanted to play Billy Hatch. It looks like the kind of thing I'd like.
Fair,
Yeah,
Fun time.
bad.
Looks like Mario Galaxy. Looks like Mario Sunshine before Mario Sunshine.
Yeah. Should be fun. To be honest, personally, for my money, looks sweet as chips, mate.
Sweet chip. Oh, Billy Hatcher. Sweet chips, mate. To be honest.
I'm just glad that Warhammer didn't win.
Why?
God, I would not want to play that. It looks so boring.
Oh, just play. Is it co-op?
Yeah.
It's co-op, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
there is.
3
Yeah.
player. It's
play
3 player
co-op.
co-op.
Yeah, we can pair off.
Well, we could do 3 and 2 or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, we're done. Mafia.
We're done.
Not too bad.
There we go. So we'll reconvene in about a month's time at most with Mafia Definitive Edition. Shamefully. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I love you.